Nawaz Sharif, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, has been disqualified from office. The Supreme Court unanimously found Sharif must leave office over corruption allegations. Now, last year, the publication of classified documents known as the Panama Papers named Sharif as the owner of a property in London that he'd brought with funds from offshore companies. The court also disqualified the country's finance minister, Ishaq Dar. Well, Kamran Youssef is in Islamabad with the latest. Kamran, so it's as we perhaps expected to happen. He has been disqualified from office. What happens from here?
Well, Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who is no more a Prime Minister, will have no other option but to step down. And what happens next is that his ruling party, or the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, still retains majority in the National Assembly. So what happens next here, now that the ruling party will have to elect someone else to replace Nawaz Sharif as Prime Minister. But certainly it is very significant development, and very few people expected that this judgment could be unanimous, because in preliminary judgment on April the 20th, only 2 judges declared Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif that he should be disqualified. But this time around, this verdict was unanimous. All the 5 judges declared that Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif is not an honest and sagacious person, and he does not fulfill the constitutional requirement, and hence he should be disqualified. Interestingly, he is disqualified not directly because of the Panama Papers, but based on the investigations that was carried out by the Supreme Court mandated joint investigation team, in which the investigation panel found out that Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif was also chairman of one of the offshore companies in Dubai, and he was also reportedly receiving salary. And based on that, the Supreme Court disqualified Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, because Supreme Court ruled that in his declaration, Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif did not disclose that he was also chairman of one of the offshore companies in Dubai, and he was also receiving salary.
Now, Cameron, it's not the first time that Sharif has been ousted from office. Of course, it happened back in the 90s. But this time that he's been removed, it's also caught up his family. His daughter is also in trouble following this ruling, isn't she?
Well, his entire family, in fact, is in trouble, because he has not only been disqualified, but his 2 sons, his daughter that was tipped as his possible political successor, and his son-in-law, now they will have to face criminal proceedings in the anti-corruption court, because the Supreme Court also ruled that the anti-corruption court, or the National Accountability Bureau, should file references against them within 6 weeks, and the Supreme Court itself will monitor the progress of that case. So that means that the entire Sharif family will be in the dock, and their future is certainly hangs in balance.
Okay, Cameron,